Hello everyone, welcome to the new edition of Muvi. My name is Sagar and I'm the product marketing manager at Muvi, and I'll be your host today. Now before we begin, I would request the audience to keep posting their questions in the Q&A chat and we will address them at the end of the session. With this, I would like to take the opportunity to give a quick overview of Muvi. Founded in 2011, Muvi is headquartered in New York and was founded with a vision to disrupt the global video and audio streaming market. Today, we stand as one of the leading players in streaming platform space. Our key product, Muvi One, offers an end-to-end solution to launch your customizable, agile, scalable audio and video streaming platform. Now, having given a preview about Muvi, let's get on with the today's webinar topic. Embracing the new era of no-code OTT design technology. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus once said, "Change is the only constant." We all witness the change every day, whether it's a simple change in weather or a massive disruption in ways that we consume the technology. A phenomenal change is brewing within the software industry too. Let's look at it with an example. With the introduction of cloud-based Google Docs, large corporations like Microsoft are forced to change their business model to Office 365. And it comes as no surprise that cloud-based software has become a benchmark today. Similarly, no-code platforms have been rapidly growing in importance over the last few years, particularly among the small and mid-sized businesses. These platforms have enabled programmers and non-programmers to build applications rapidly, using graphical interfaces configuration rather than conventional computer coding. Gartner, a multinational research and consulting firm, offers an in-depth look at how low-code applications is impacting businesses today. Gartner predicts that low-code application platforms will account for 65% of all the app development by 2024. Similarly, in terms of revenue, another market research firm Forrester says that low-code market will top $21 billion in spending by 2022. And that's a huge number and an opportunity for all of us. Going by this trend, no-code, low-code platforms are the future of application development for one simple reason. It is faster, easier, and more efficient. Being in a rapidly evolving OTT market, Muvi has been researching low-code, no-code space for a long time now. In an effort to support this, Muvi is developing a new visual designer to help our customers deploy their OTT platforms almost instantly with great visual experience. With this new offering, customers can optimize their design workflow and streamline the platform without writing a single line of code. So to shed more light on this topic, we have with us our guest speaker, Siddharth Suvankar Nayak. Siddharth is a front-end product manager at Muvi. He is responsible for enhancing the UI UX of product, which involves website, mobile, and TV applications. His expertise lies within OTT, no-code, AR and VR, and IoT too. His experience in addressing products under different hackathons Siddharth is a passionate product manager who loves to take initiative in times of crisis. From his college days, he has been more inclined toward product concept ideation, market research, analytics, and implementation. With time, he has built products from scratch that have helped enterprises to scale their business. He is interested in working on a product at a larger scale, learning the niche of product development lifecycle. Having discussed his accolades, I would like to pass on the mic to Siddharth now and thank him for taking the time to conduct this informative webinar. Thank you, Siddharth, and now over to you.
Thank you, Sagar, for this warm welcome, and welcome everyone to this session where we'll be discussing on no-code OTT design technology. As already mentioned by Sagar on the statistics why low code is important. In this today's topic of session, we'll be discussing some basic but important topics. These are certain UI UX consideration we should always take when we design a OTT platform or when we start getting into this OTT industry. Then we'll be talking about templates. What are templates? Why it is used? Then we'll be focusing on the agenda, that is no code platforms. What are they? How they are beneficial to a business? And then we'll discuss on what is our vision in Muvi for the visual designer with a product demo, and then we'll go for the Q&A. So as we all know, in this fast growing OTT media, we all know that content is the king, but the thing that trumps it all is the consumer engagement. And to get this consumer engagement, see, in OTT platforms we don't have a big user journey. There is an onboarding, there is certain navigation, people look out for content, and then there is a personalized content for a certain user. To get to this, there are certain UI UX consideration that we should look after. These are a seamless onboarding experience for a user who is getting into an OTT platform. He wants to spend his leisure time, so we should not give him much of clicks on onboarding. It should be very compact. It should be in fraction of second that they are onboarded to the platform. Then the landing page is the USP of the product. It should always have a usual human reading pattern. So our human reading pattern is either a top to down or a diagonal one. So all of our important or our USPs should be like that, so that it could actually catch the attention of the end user. Navigation. So we have hundreds of content, we have 1000s of content in a platform. So we need to have a clear navigation menu. It should not be messy. It should not be somewhere that people have to look for it. Then a search bar, as I already said that we have contents, so people can't just scroll out to look for a lot of content. So we need to have a clear search bar where they could actually search any content they want to. Then we have users onboarded. Then how to retain them or how to actually engage them, that could be done with typography. So when you're seeing that, okay, this is an horror content, you can just work around with the typography you're using. It should be very solid. It should be very dynamic, that people should be, you could actually get the attention of people towards that section of that. Then video preview. We have always seen in Netflix and Amazon Prime, they run a video preview of the content. Why that is important? Before I get into a content, I have to get into a detail page, click on the play button to look after it. Sometimes it has a higher drop rate. How we can help here is if we give an auto preview, so people before getting into that content, they could actually understand what this content is all about. Then personalized recommendation. This is something that could be achieved by machine learning algorithms, where if I can know that my end user is watching comedy content, he is actually a person who is into comedy genre, I can push him content into comedy genre, not something of romantic genre or a rom-com genre. So this is something that could be achieved by machine learning. Then trend-based recommendation. We should always push content that has a trend. If today money has a trend, then it should appear on the first feature section. If tomorrow suits is famous, then it should be on the trend. And that is something how we actually improve our UI UX. Now, as we talked about the UI UX, so these are certain philosophies or these are certain procedure we should do. Where to do this? There has to be a place where we need to do this. And here comes templates. So if we think from a layman's perspective, so templates are nothing. They are a mold or a pattern that are used to make something. And in website development, these are known as layout or styling of the website. Where the things are placed, which color gradients you are using, which behaviors, which CSS effects you are using. Now, it's nothing. It's like it's a basic of elements, widgets, and container that makes a template. And obviously these templates are customizable as per your need. If you are an OTT, if you want to get into a video platform, you can customize that template as per video. If you are into an edtech domain, if you want to create something like Coursera, then you can customize it as per your requirement. And at Muvi, we have dozens of templates that could actually help you out to make your dream platform. Now, as we talk about customization of template, gone are those days when developers used to sit for a span of 6 months, 7 months just to change a minor feature or just to change certain CSS effects. Now it's the era of no code. platforms. What are no code platforms? No code platforms is a philosophy, or you can say is an approach that actually requires little, or you can say no coding. And it actually replaces the complex language which we have, like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, XYZ. That could be actually replaced with visual interfaces like drag and drop, like adding up elements, like having a master setting, like styling, typographies. These are certain visual interfaces which could be used to actually replace this complex language. And certain low code application which we all are aware about are Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, Webflow, and obviously Muvi. Now coming down to why, as a business, why I should shift from my dev or the earlier or the traditional process which we are using to something like a no code platform. Because the best and obviously first time to market, it's like you don't have to wait for a 6 or 10 months to get this platform ready and get into markets. Everything is very fast right now. We need to get to the market as soon as possible, or someone else will get into that. So it actually helps you because anyone can do it. You don't have to spend a long time to make your platform ready. Then it enhances agility. So obviously if I'm saying you don't have to get into and 1000 line of code, debug it and do all of these things, then it obviously enhances agility. If you're getting something new and you want to do it, you can do it through a no code platform. It accelerates innovation, as it's totally depends on agility. Like if you actually can implement something you're thinking right now, then it actually accelerates your innovation. It's lower cost, so you need to just take a single subscription and you can do what you can make n number of templates and customize n number of templates from that. It increases your productivity, it optimizes your collaboration. Lot of people can come down, give their creativity, and they can enhance it. It totally works on cloud. You don't have to have an software installed in your laptop, in your PC, and do all of these things and then host it somewhere or deploy it somewhere. Everything happens in cloud. That's what helps people to collaborate. It's a democratized development. Gone are those days when developers used to make platforms. This is a day when anyone with a good sense of creativity can make a great platform, a great OTT platform. It's easier to maintain. You can have your draft version, you can have your preview version, you can directly publish. So it's actually easier to maintenance. It's a seamless multi-experience. It has cross-platform capabilities. You can do it like you can make a mobile responsive design, you can make a PC responsive design. Everything can be managed through here. And as we said, if we are making this for common people, for businesses, then it has to have an excellent user experience. And all the platforms I mentioned, they have excellent user experience. Now, we talked about low code platform, we talked about no code platforms. Now, at Muvi, we also have a vision. We have a vision to make the most powerful and flexible application that could help our current that could actually help our customers to make wonderful website without writing a single line of code. And it will come with all of the major features that would require to beautify your website. And as I said, being powerful does not mean it won't be user friendly. It will be to a next level when it comes to user experience and how friendly it will be going to with the user. And these are certain snapshots of our vision, and we'll see this in our product demo too. Now, what all major, so we have hundreds of features in our visual designer, but certain important feature which we require and we think that everyone needs to have in a platform are the drag and drop interface. As I said, you just need to drag, you can change, you can just drag it, you can change the position. All of these things can be done with drag and drop interfaces. Data connection, so all of it's a microservice structure, so all of the datas are connected. You don't have to have certain packages, you don't have to create multiple files to do all of these things. You have a place where you can manage all the data and data linked to your visual designer. User interface builder and visual modeling. As I said, you can create elements, you can add up text, you can create buttons, you can add icons, you can add widgets. All of these things can be done, and that's how you make a better user interface builder. Integration, you can integrate it with lot of things. You can integrate it with maybe like external links. You can embed in third-party code. So the integration is quite seamless. We provide infinite undos and redo. Human beings make mistakes, and with us, how many number of mistakes you make, but we are capable of to redo that thing, and that's what we do with the infinite undos and redo. Dynamic page creations, you can it's not something, the templates which we are providing, we are restricting you with that number of web pages. If you want to add something new, you can do that. You can create a web page. Website layering, this is something that you can see that in a single widget or in a single element or a single section, what all things are there. If you want to hide it, if you want to delete it, all of these things can be done through website layering, master settings, or we can say a design guide. So all of the assets, all of the color files, whatever you're using to make your platform, that is stored in a design guide that comes in the visual designer. Mobile responsive design, as I said, it gives you a multi experience capabilities, so you can see whether your design is mobile responsive or not, whether the look and feel is good or not. If you want to change it, that also you can do in our VD. Then you can save, you can publish, you can preview it. So earlier what we had to do is, if we had to create a draft version, then we need to do all of these things, push it to some GitHub and then host it. But right now you can create a draft version, you can create a draft version of yours if you're not ready that it should go live. And once you're sure about that, no, right now what changes I have done, it can actually get into market, it can publish, and it can actually appear in my live website, then you can publish it. So we give you the support of creating a draft version with preview. Before pushing it, you can see the look and feel, you can check everything if it's good or not, and accordingly you will publish it. Then advanced styling settings. So right now you can do any styling settings that you have, taking from borders, layouting, spacing, opacity, all of these things you can manage through our VD. Then great publishing time. So we work on a great tech stack that has a great publishing time. Like you can publish all of the changes you have made in a fraction of second, maybe less than 2 to 5 seconds, and you can publish it. So just imagine the time you get into market is actually very less. See something happening in live. Okay, so this is our visual designer. As you can see, this is the canvas. So this is a template. As I said, this is our template known as Phoenix. You can see the look and feel of it, the gradients which we have used, and that's what, when we say it's an UI UX, the things that has been used. And this is the canvas, this is the toolbar which we say. So all of the tools which we have for VD is placed here. So here you can see all of the pages listed. You can search any of the page you want. It has a home page, it has a landing page. Then if you want to edit it, if you want to set the SEO for it, we support SEO too. You can see, you can set the SEO, you can add the meta title, you can add the meta description, you can add keywords, you can add JavaScript files to it for your analytics. Then you can get into a dev mode, you can duplicate it, you can set as a home page. Then here you can create a dynamic page. As I said, you can create the page. All you need to do is write the name, the permalink is auto generated, and you create that page. Now I was talking about the website layering. So this is the website layering. Under header, you can see there's an image, there's a menu, there is an input form, there's a drop down. This actually helps you to see what actually consists of, like what actually constitute that section which we have, what it actually has. Then, as I said, you can create excellent visual design, like visual UI builders. So you can add a text, you can add a button, you can add an icon, you can add media files such as image, such as video to your platform. Then you can add containers. So containers are something, so this is sections. These are sections that are known as containers. Then you can navigation menus such as hamburger menus, such as vertical menus, horizontal menus, that you can add. Then this is my uploads. As I said, the assets file, which we are using, that contains here whatever you have used, that you can see it here. Then under compositions, you can add widgets. So these are certain predefined widgets from us, so you can add that, the same header file. You can, if you create a blank page, then you can add those widgets there. Now this is the master setting. So this is the setting I was talking about, the design guide. So as you can see, all of the color themes, all of the pixel, the headings, whatever you have used, that you can see it from here. What the assets that I have marked as these are my master assets, you can see it from here. Now this is the mobile view, you can check the mobile view too. Now this is the infinite undo and redo. Then we have an help article that could actually tell you how this entire VD works. Now if you click on save, then all of the changes that you have done, that is saved right now. And if you click on the publish, then the changes made, that is published in your live website. If you want to, before publishing, as I said, you want to see what's the look and feel, how it's working, you just need to click on the preview. Once you click on preview, as you can see, the slider will the slider is moving. You can see the slider moving here. So this is what makes you see that, okay, this is what my website will look like, and accordingly you can publish it. And if you want, then you can publish too. Okay. Now, as I said about the styling settings which we have, so let's talk about the text. So as you can see, this is a text. I want to edit the text. So this is the typography, where we are giving all of the styling settings right now available in the industry. Like you can see, you can check the color code you can apply, you can set the gradient, you can set a solid color. Then you can select the heading, whether it's a heading, it's a subheading, or it's a paragraph, or it's a bulleted list, or a dashed list. That you can do. You can select the font family. You can select it's semi-bold, or it's going to be thick, or it's going to be ultra bold. All of these things you can do. Then you can set the size for it. Then you can set this character spacing, the line spacing. You can set the alignment, and you can set like you can get it to oblique, or if you want to make it italic. All of these things. Like this is something that is currently it's industry standard for any text right now. For a text, what all settings is needed, that can be done from your layouting. When it comes to layouting, you can see you can have a full or a box, then you have flex. So these are all on the current Bootstrap version which we have. So it's to the to the updated version of the Bootstrap. Now under size, you can select the width, you can select the height, you can select the minimum width, maximum height. You can set all of these things. You can select the spacing, you can select the position, you can select the background, whether you want a solid background, whether you want an image background. Now you can set the border for it. You can select the effects for it. As you can see, the opacity, you can select shadow for it, how much blur you want, what are going to be the XY coordinates for it. So it's as powerful as an Adobe when it comes to designing. Now if we talk about an image, so this is how an image looks like. So you can select an image from your gallery, the ones that is available in gallery, or you can upload an image. You can again select its size, you can select its spacing, position, all of the design settings which we can do it for an image. That is also possible. So this is what our vision, and once it's available, any of our customer can make wonderful website just upon this template. And that's it from my side. Now I'll just hand over to Sagar to take forward, and I hope you had a great session with me.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, for that wonderful presentation on the demo. So before we move on to Q&A session, I would request the audience to take a minute to answer our quick poll, which is now coming onto your screens. And if you can't see the poll, you can click on the poll icon at the bottom. So in the meantime, Siddhartha, just I have one query from my side. What is your favorite no-code software?
So Sagar, my favorite no-code software is EditorX, that's powered by Wix, and I like to work upon it. Like whenever I want to make any website or just make a landing page, I just go upon to EditorX. Great user interface, highly powerful.
Yeah, I like that too. It's really wonderful.
Yes.
So how about you could name a company that has cracked the no-code software game?
Can you repeat, Sagar, once?
Can you name a company that has cracked this no-code software game?
Yes, Razorpay. Like Razorpay currently launched their product known as Black Checkout. So that is something they have built on like around in 15 days upon Webflow. So Webflow is a no-code platform tool, and it's the entire flow of Magic Checkout by Razorpay has been built upon that.
Great. So I hope audience have answered our poll. So I'd like to open the forum for discussion and take up some questions. So we have got one question. We have got many, but I'll start with one question that we have. Does no-code support fast buffering and large storage space, which is a key feature of OTT like Netflix and Hotstar?
Yes, so Sagar, no-code platform tools obviously support that because that's not something is handled on the platform. The platform is for designing. So we have a dedicated CMS or a content management system where these things can be handled. So all you need to do is the entire heavy load will be done there, the backend part. In VD, all you need to do is just styling it, changing the look and feel that can be done on VD.
All right, thank you. So there's another question from the audience. Will the business users be able to use the platform to build the applications, or will I need a professional developer or developers?
As I said, Saga, that anyone with a great sense of creativity can use this platform to make wonderful websites.
That's wonderful, isn't it? All right. So going on to next question, how customizable is the platform?
It's very flexible. Like as I said, any kind of customization, since it comes with all of the powerful tools, it's very flexible, as it works on a microservice structure, so it has its APIs built already. So it's very flexible. Any extent of customization can be done over it.
Great, great. So moving on to next question. Given the UX is different on web, mobile, and TV, so how does this no-code app building feature manage that?
So for this, obviously everyone has like every single platform has a different UI UX. So the VD for different platform are different. So when it comes to mobile, it is more of an configurational based. Like that VD is quite different. The current VD which you're seeing, it's quite specific to website. So the one which will be made for mobile like TV application, it will have features and it will have design aesthetics as per TV application, not as per website. So yeah, we have in our vision to make VD for mobile along with TV application.
Thank you so much. Moving on to our next question. What is the integration capabilities of the platform? What are the integration capabilities?
Yes, it is powerful enough for any kind of integrations. So the entire integration part, as I said, it's already managed in the backend, or you can say the content management system. And in VD, it's totally seamless integration with that. So any kind of integration to any extent that could be handled in VD.
Okay, great. Thank you, Siddharth. So one more question I'm taking. So can I import my own designs into Visual Designer and modify them?
No, right now this you can do via one of our product known as BYOD, that is bring your own design. That's a dev mode. There you can import your code and you can do it. But if it's more specific on a visual design or a visual appearance, that you can't do. So the templates which we are supporting, you can do over there. But obviously you can create your pages. Then you can just make it scratch. But you can't export your code, or you can't export your import your design or import your code into the current VD which we have.
Great. So we have time now, so let's answer a few more queries here. Do you have the statistics for low code, no code, especially for OTT?
Yes, not much very specific on this, not like as in focusing on OTT platforms, but yeah, I know certain platforms not that much famous that are built up on OTT. But right now in OTT sector, people are getting into no-code platform because everyone thinks that it's quite heavy. It's a very heavy platform, as I got in my first question. But yeah, people are getting into no-code platform. So no-code it's not just focusing on OTT. It's a very generic platform where we can make websites and all. So OTT websites can obviously be done over it, but not. I don't have a pure or a solid data or statistics behind this.
Okay. So on top of that, there's another question within the same question. Do we have a cost background of the difference or the differences between low code, no code versus what you guys do? That means what we guys do.
Can you just repeat, Saga, once again?
Even I'm not clear with the question. I'll repeat the exact same question. Cost breakdown of the differences low code, no code versus what you guys do.
Okay, So I guess it's up to the cost, like the cost benefits which we can provide.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it. So as I said, when it comes to the native or the traditional way of developing, it's a bunch of developers with various domain, like some in front end, some in back end, sitting, working on integration. So it actually cost up the human resource. But when it comes to an visual designer, a single person who has this, who maybe the business owner or maybe a freelancer who just have a sense of creativity can do it. So just imagine 14 people working for one product and two people working for one product. So obviously there is a huge difference between the cost. It's all about the human resource.
Human resource and even time as well. So time
Time
also is
management,
money.
obviously. Yes.
All right. So on that note, just one more question, and then I think we're getting a lot of queries. But I'm so sorry, audiences. We cannot take every question, but we're trying to cover maximum questions that we can. So I'm so sorry for that. Is there an option to build APK so that we can use it on the smartphone devices?
Okay, so APKs are more of a mobile specific thing. So for a mobile application, you need to build an APK for an Android application. So that has not been built with VD. So VD is mostly focusing on websites. But once we have this mobile VD available, then you can obviously build an APK file out of it. Maybe an APK flight or a test flight for Apple, or for Roku, you can have their Roku extensions. You can do it once we have the VD for mobile and TV application. It's the same as publish in website VD.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for the answers. And we are now nearing the end of the session. We really appreciate you taking out time today to attend this session. And as a small token of appreciation, we would like to give an informative brochure for you to view later. The link is the link of the handout is on your screen. Okay. So this brings us to the end of the today's session. I would like to thank you all for joining in. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Siddharth.